Mr. Joshua Kabila, the DIG operations, he is still here with us. Can you hear me now, Mr. Kabila?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, we just played a short clip of a man who was, as we saw there, sustaining injuries on him. In terms of the conduct of police officers, in light of several reports that made the rounds about how thugs took over, harassed several people, did the police get all of these reports? Or what did the police hear?
I didn't get it very well, but
let me be specific. The one we just played now, Mr. Lushabon's account of how he was harassed and beaten up. Did the police get that report?
Not to my knowledge that somebody was beaten and harassed. But what has happened is that don't forget that our role during election is the provision of security to everyone.
Okay, so when that report came to your knowledge, what did the police do about it?
There was no report that came to my knowledge that somebody was manhandled or somebody was beaten or somebody was harassed. But I have some reports and I have some arrests. If you will allow me to go ahead, then I will do that.
Go ahead.
I want to remind members of the public that the reason why the last election was inconclusive or election did not take place in some other scattered areas, local governments, and voting points or polling units was as a result of insecurity. There were a lot of attempt to break the law. And we went back to the drawing board and we ensure also that we provide the needed security across board to also take care of these few places. And in doing that, preceding the morning of that election at 3 a.m., a bus approached some policemen that we've stationed to provide security, and 16 of them were found, and they had customized INEC pullover, a jacket. They had customized identity card of INEC, and they had the cap, the face cap of INEC, and they said they were INEC staff, and that they were going in. Some of them said they were observers already screened and given these items by INEC. And in further probing, we all discovered that they were 16 in number, and these 16 personalities were not. When they were taken in for further interrogation, within that same cycle going to Orolu, and we discovered that there were some officials of a political party. They arrived with us, and I want to invite the press, and I want to invite members of the public to get to the police headquarters here in Osun, and you will see them. And as a result of that, report reached the chairman INEC, Professor Yakubu, who also gave me a call. He put a call through and asked me that that some foreign observers, some national observers with some civil society were prevented from accessing Orolu. And I probed into this. These were the 16 people they were talking about. There's also another one who came from Abuja and from Ibadan. They were also arrested. The man who asked them to come did not stand, did escape, run away. But the individuals are here, and the one that were asked to bring these people are still with us.
Okay, Mr. Habila,
did you? To us, and we're recording their statement. And I invite the press I also invite members of the public to come with us. We will bring them out, and they will talk to you, and you will realize that truly there were no civil society, there were no INEC staff, there were no people who are expected to vote were stopped from doing so.
All right, because INEC tweeted,
and I would like you to come and see.
All right, INEC tweeted raising concerns about reports they had about journalists, even those who were accredited observers, who were being arrested. Why did that happen?
I want to tell you once more that because of a call that was put through to me by the chairman INEC, I proceeded to Orolu. It is these same 16 people that claim to be civil societies that had been already screened and accredited and were given tags and face cap and INEC jackets. The INEC face cap, the jackets, and whatever that belong to INEC that they use in order to pull their way through for a reason we do not know. He's with us. And who they are, they will tell you. They're with us. I would want you to come. They're in the headquarters there.
But we had the PDP representative who was on the program this morning. He said that an AIT reporter was stopped at some point in Ife North. He was arrested. And then he said an STV reporter was also stopped at Olodo area. And those were not persons who were with this accreditation, the jacket you're referring to, are they?
Well, I didn't get that very well, but you are talking about someone, a journalist. Well, like I told you, there could be some infractions. But like I told you, you better give it to us, because for every election that precedes the other one, there has been some deliberate attempt to ensure that we provide adequate security. There has been some deliberate attempt for us to be very civil in the midst of security challenges. There are a lot of attempts for us to understand that international best practice of providing security for the conduct of election will add some value, and then it will make that election credible. Any attempt for us to be forceful by being provocated would not help. And that's why we became very, very civil. And that was the reason why the last election, in some of these 4 local government and 7 polling units were inconclusive.
Okay,
and
so
if there's any serious complaint of an infraction or police misbehavior or police applying the laws, trying to be very, very forceful.
Were you so civil?
And the man that is caught.
Were you so civil to the extent that...
Say again, please.
Were you so civil to the extent that you looked the other way when thugs were harassing voters, as the PDP alleged on our program this morning?
Look the other way. Look the other way, to me, means nothing. These police officers that we've deployed, they came in from somewhere. They were deployed. When we were running instructive and direction, giving them directive, there were a lot of civilians around. We never told anybody to go and text that, and it will never happen. We didn't know who is who. And that's why when we effect arrest, we don't know whether you are of any political parties. We don't know whether you are APC, neither do we know whether you are PDP. It will be during interrogation, during question, and trying to find out who you are that we know. We don't know anybody, and we are not residing here. And PDP, APC, and other political parties are not written on their faces. I want to be frank with you, that I want to tell members of the public that it is unfortunate that when people are losing, people want to hang on to the security. Yes, we have a lot to do, but I think that we have lifted up the hope of this country in terms of democracy, and we'll continue to perfect our ways to make sure that we don't fall prey of those who want to hang their failure on security. All
right, Mr. Joshua Kabila, DIG Operations in charge of the Osun governorship elections, including the supplementary one. Thank you for talking to us today on the program.